a GTR road trip. But first, I gotta get the car registered. A lot of people ask me what the registration process is, and I just wanna show you how it works in Oregon. First step, you go in and fill out the paperwork. Oh man, back 2 hours later, because DMV is DMV, and nightmare scenarios. Normally they just come check the VIN on the car, make sure it matches with the title, and then they give you registration. Copart sold me this car and didn't give me the latest title. Somebody pulled another title for this car, either by request from DMV or whatever. Somebody retitled this car after, for some reason. So Copart didn't have the latest title and sold me the car with an invalid title. Way to go, Copart! So we're gonna have a really fun talk, I'm sure, and I'll let you guys know how that falls out, because that's like ridiculous. I shouldn't have to deal with this issue. But until then, you can see I got a trip permit in the back. We are legal to drive anywhere in the United States. So it's time to go get the girlfriend. I found the girlfriend. She was at a bar, so she's not gonna be any help driving. We're having a wing issue. Oh, you guys can't see that. We're having a bit of a wing issue. I'll explain on the road. We gotta pull an audible here and figure something out. All right, so the wing. As I've been driving down the highway, when I get up to like 75-ish or whatever, and I'm going by a semi-truck or anything, this has just got so much wobble in it that I'm really worried. And it's not really flexing up here much. These seem to be okay. It's these lower mounts down here that came with this thing. It's not cracking, it's not splintering. It seems to have not been like damaged at all, but the amount of flex is just constantly worrying me. And I'm just really, it's a big thing to have fly off your car. It's also expensive. It's a really big thing to have fly off the car. It could potentially hurt somebody. So I'm just really not digging it, and I don't want to be staring in my rearview mirror worrying about something breaking for the next, we got about 920 miles or something. So I think what I'm gonna do is, we're at Harbor Freight right now, so clearly I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy a couple tools. I'm gonna head over to my brother's house. He lives in the city, and we're gonna pull the wing off. And I'm gonna leave the wing with him, and then when I come back, I'll pick it up, and what we can do is I can rebuild these base plates out of metal. It's gonna be really easy to fabricate, and then I'll have a nice sturdy wing. So I'm just not gonna risk it for this road trip, and the car will still look fine. I'll just probably leave these things on here so we don't get rain in the trunk, and we'll get back on the road. So let's go buy some parts. Tools. We need tools, not parts. All right, it's raining. I'm at my brother's house. I bought tools. I got a 51-piece socket set for $10. It's just 3 Allen bolts on each side. I'm gonna pop this wing off. We're gonna leave it at my brother's house. And then I also bought some new windshield wipers, because I'm guessing that these ones, since this was a Nevada car and an LA car, these, by the looks of them and by how they're working, have probably never been changed in the entire life of the car. All right, it doesn't look too bad. It looks a little sad without its wing on there, but you know, it's better than it breaking off and hurting somebody on the highway. So I'm down to go to Cali like that. And we got new windshield wiper blades, so we're back on the road. We've made it to the hotel. So we've driven about 300 miles. We're in Medford, Oregon right now, just staying at the hotel. It looks a little sad without the wing. Really dirty in the back, but all the rain made it kind of clean in the front. It's freezing out here. I'm hoping we're gonna see some snow tomorrow. But that's the status update on this. We're gonna wake up super early tomorrow and hit the road so we can try and salvage all the daylight I can. So I'll see you guys then. Good morning. We're back. It's daylight out. We got about 700 miles to drive today. We're gonna catch some breakfast. We can get back on the road. Goodbye, Oregon. Hello, California.
Fresh fruits and live plants. Have a good day.
Thanks. We're about halfway through. Chelsea's gonna fuel up the car, and I'm gonna update you on things that I don't like about it. So after driving this thing for the last, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 hours, I got a bit of feedback. The seats look cool. The heated functionality is fantastic, but these seats are super uncomfortable. They're painful. They're the most uncomfortable seats I've ever been in. So I'm officially in the market for black stock GTR seats. These are super cool. We'll put them in another car, but overall they gotta go. Other than that, the only other surprising thing is for a car this expensive and stuff is it doesn't have automatic headlights. So I found myself driving around last night without my headlights on, which is terrible. And then if you leave them on and you walk away from the car, they don't shut off. So I'm hoping there's a mod out there, something that I can buy that'll make the headlights just automatic, like turn on the second I turn on the car and turn off when I lock it. But that's pretty lame. We're getting 17 miles to the gallon. It normally shows up in that display up there. 70 miles a gallon, it's not too bad for this car. It's in the middle between, you know, like the M5 only gets like 13, but the Evora gets like 25, so that's okay though. That's pretty good. Other than that, everything seems pretty great. In like really tight parking lot driving and stuff like that, the diffs are doing a little bit of popping and stuff like that, and I think that I did top up my trans fluid to the right level, but I'm thinking that maybe I just need to do like a full trans flush or maybe a front diff top off or something like that, but it's totally manageable. And other than that, it's fantastic. Also, no Bluetooth in here, so we're rocking the this thing.
The Bluetooth device is ready to. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
I know you guys missed it. I missed it too. So we're right here in between Sacramento and Stockton right now, and we got to take this very, very long, very boring drive down into Los Angeles. It's just the longest, straightest, boringest road ever for about 200 miles. 300 miles? And then we'll be in LA. I'll update you guys when we get there. Hopefully it'll still be sunny out. We made it to the LA traffic. It's like 7 o'clock right now, so rush hour is kind of winding down. It's really not that bad. These roads, I-5 southbound in LA, are gnarly. Tough on cars, but the car is doing fantastic. Really not too bad of traffic though, so we're gonna should be in Anaheim in about an hour. Car made it about 1,050 miles later, and yeah, you know, sorry there wasn't more drama, but I'm kind of glad the car didn't break down. A couple things. One thing is, after a little bit further inspection, when I was at the gas station last, I was looking at these, and on the sides there was, or like on the front and the back, there wasn't too much cracking, but on the sides, oh my gosh, these things are all splintered up and just shattered on the sides. So I'm really glad, really glad that we took that wing off, because that could have been just, that was a dangerous thing waiting to happen. But I am going to put it back on. I really like the look of it on. I'm just going to remake these out of metal, and then we'll test it. And then if the top ones need to be made out of metal, I'll do that as well. The only other thing is that, I think I mentioned this earlier, but the diffs are kind of wanting to lock up on me when I'm doing, you know, just like parking lot driving, like trying to park the car and stuff like that. Diffs are locking up on me. Hey guys, pardon the interruption. It's me from the next morning. I learned some stuff about what I was just talking about, so I wanted to update you guys. It's not exactly good news for me, but it should paint a little bit better picture. So the front diff on this car is an open differential. So if it's popping and it's snapping, that means that there's an issue in the transfer case, which is in the rear section of the transmission back there. So you guys remember when I did this? I'm just gonna turn the steering wheel to the left and floor it. When I did that, I really didn't know that you really shouldn't do all-wheel drive donuts in this car, at least not even one, and it puts a lot of stress on the transfer case. And I was talking with Jared, and he said the most likely thing that happened was that I popped the ball bearing set inside the transfer case. It's a $300 fix, and to do that, we got to drop the transmission down. And so we definitely are going to be doing that. Another thing I told Jared is that when I broke this transmission, that I would look into upgrading it. So small break, like I said, $300 fix, not the end of the world, but it does include dropping the transmission. So I figure once we have it out, let's upgrade it. So I'm looking into upgrading the clutches and the gearing, so the car is no longer limited by that stuff. That stuff does cost almost as much as the car cost me to buy flat out, but it's the path to getting the maximum amount of horsepower out before we have to do like a built engine or anything else like that. And you know, with the amount of support that this car has gotten and how much I like it already, I figure, why not? It'll be fun. So like any project car, the project's never done. It's never all the way done. So this car will interrupt the future build. We will move on to the future build in the next week, but when this car is ready to be worked on, we'll just interrupt that build, we'll work on it, and we'll get it back on the road. That simple. All right, back to what I was talking about before. Other than that, and the things that I mentioned earlier, pretty much flawless victory driving 1,000 miles to Disneyland. Now it's time for dinner. While we're on the way to dinner, I wanted to update you guys on the title situation. So I called Copart yesterday. They looked into the issue and they were like, oh wow, yeah, you're right. We didn't give you the right title. We didn't have the right title. And they are going to take the next steps to look into it. So they haven't exactly like taken blame for it, but they are working actively to try and fix the issue. So if they don't, I will let you guys know about it. If they do fix it, I probably, you know, I'm not gonna do like a whole update video just to do that. But if they don't fix it and they just leave it to me and leave me hanging and sold me a car without a title, I'll definitely be letting you guys know about that. Food.
Food. Food. Beer. Beer.
And drinks. Just got back from dinner. Naples is, I'm pretty sure, my favorite pizza place in the entire world. And we had time to catch fireworks show, which was pretty cool. So, $1,000. You guys know the drill, right? If you want to be entered to win this $1,000, all you got to do is be a subscriber. Email me at enter@bsforbuild.com. Include in that email your YouTube username, and that will get you entered to win the $1,000 giveaway that we're doing for a subscriber on March 17th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Follow the Instagram if you want to just be like right up to date with when the drawing happens. So that's that. In the next episode, I'm going to do a price breakdown on the GTR. I'm going to let you know exactly how much it cost to build, how much it would have cost to build stock, if we went over budget, if it cost more than buying one used, all that good stuff. How much did it cost? Plus, I'm going to do a time lapse of all the work done. So a little quick recap. It'll be pretty good. All right, guys, I'll see you on that one. Thanks for watching. Peace.